Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Thoughts of the Young Icon with me, Sam. Today is another very special episode, Chats with RT. We have RT back. I know it's been a minute. We've missed a couple of weeks. Apologies on that. But today we have a special chat on how to unwind. It's very easy to keep working, to be constantly on the go. But what we forget sometimes is the need to rest. So in this video, me and RT have a chat about how we unwind, and hopefully there's something that you can pick from it. Thank you very much. So today we have the lovely Miss RT back on the podcast. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We missed you.
Thank you. I've missed you guys too.
I just remembered. Remember when we had Bia here, she said how I mentioned RT like 10 times in the first 2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She was on my case. She was like, hey, you said RT like 10 times the first 2 minutes.
You've been calling me RT for a long time.
Yeah, when did I stop calling you RT?
When we started dating. I don't know the exact time.
Yeah.
But it was early. It was before we had ever even talked about marriage, anything like that. So
When we started dating, the plan was us to get married.
yeah. we discussed that already, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Miss RT, today I would like us to just have a little chat about how you unwind after a long day of work. And put you at the perfect time because you've just come back from a trip from Zomba.
Yeah.
Everyone likes how you say Zomba. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I was at work in the office today. I go on Thursdays, so I usually leave the house around 7 and get back around 6:30, whatever time it is now. So 6. Okay. Yeah. But this is early because I left earlier than I normally do. Yeah. Normally I leave there around 4:30 or 5, but I left around 4.
Yeah. So
normally I'm getting home around 6:30 or 7.
6:30 or 7?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does your wind down sort of look like?
Yeah. I think in motherhood, winding down has become more of like a luxury than a necessity.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. Actually, like going to the office sometimes, because normally I work from home.
Yeah.
Okay, like I work from home, I'd say 80% of the time, and then I go to the office once a week. Sometimes I travel out of the side of the country for work, and then sometimes I go to there's this shared working space in Blantyre.
Joe's.
At Joe's, yeah, which is
it's
awesome.
Really nice.
You should check
it's
it
really
out.
Nice. And they're not paying us to say that. It's
no,
actually
they're not.
Really
it's
nice.
Genuinely really awesome. Yeah. So I go there sometimes once a week, and then I go to the office in Zomba once a Zomba once a week. I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
No, you say it okay.
Okay, cool. And then otherwise I'm sometimes in our Nairobi office and stuff. So what I found actually is sometimes going to the office is a really nice way to not unwind but get my head clear.
Yeah.
Because when I work from home, I can hear what's going on with our son. I can hear what's going on in the house. Like something's something comes up.
Yeah.
It's easier to get distracted. Where today in the office, I got through a ton of work. I reorganized a bunch of my to-dos. I feel like that was a really good way to start my unwind. And then I was privileged enough to be in the car with our very good friend. He went with me because he had something happening in Zomba.
Very nice.
So that helped me unwind too. But to answer your question, what I do to unwind, usually when I drive to and from Zomba, I will listen to either a sermon or an audiobook.
Yeah.
While going and while coming back. And if I'm really getting sleepy or need something to change up, then I'll listen to worship music or country music. I grew up in the country, so I like country music. Yeah. So it's either worship music, or if I'm really feeling I need a serotonin boost of some kind, then I listen to country music. Yeah. Just to give me some nostalgia.
Yeah.
But then when I get home to unwind, I usually will if I haven't read my Bible yet that day, I'll read my Bible, which I have not done yet today, so I'll do that after we're done doing this. Usually have a cup of tea or water. Try to get a workout in if I can.
Yeah.
I walk on a treadmill that we have, so that's a good way to unwind.
Yeah.
How do you unwind?
Well, I think your day and my day differ greatly in the sense that you start your day a lot earlier than me.
That's true.
Yeah, so you're awake in the normal hours.
Mm.
You wake up by 7, 6,
mm-hmm.
yes. See, I don't
6
even
at
know.
the latest, because usually like the goal is 5.
Yeah.
But it depends on the day. But the latest is 6.
So I wake up super late.
Yeah.
As you know, like I'll wake up at like, oh man, this is embarrassing. Okay. I wake up at like 9. I'm out of bed at like
I
10.
think you wake up more like 8 now or 7:30, especially with a kid. I don't think you sleep as late as you think you do.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But because my day starts so late, because usually I aim to get to the office at like 10:30.
Yeah. So you like get ready for the day around 9, but you've been awake longer than that.
Yeah.
I think.
I guess actually you're right, because what ends up happening is I work from bed.
Yeah.
It's like my turn.
We're like very millennial in the sense that like I work from home, he works from his room.
Bed.
Like
Yeah, because she's got a setup at home, so she's
Yeah.
got like a little office space.
Yeah.
So she has a nice space. So I don't want to intrude in her space. So I work from our bedroom. So I end up working from bed.
Yeah.
So because I start my day, well, I get up and I start working because I
Yeah.
work for myself. I don't really ever stop working.
Yeah.
So I start working from bed. I eventually get ready. I have my breakfast maybe around 10, and then between 10:30 and 11, I get to the office.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on whether I've got a meeting that day. If I have a meeting, let's say at 8 a.m., then obviously my day starts a lot earlier. But to unwind, usually when I knock off, I like to go to the gym. So that's the first thing that I do. It's a part of my process. And then I get home and man, like Noah's smile is just the most beautiful thing. You know, I get into the room and our baby boy runs at me and gives me a hug. And that, like you said, serotonin, you get the hormones going, that gets me going. And then, I like to chat with the wife. You know?
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think my wind, like getting my day going routine is more important than my wind down routine, now that we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Like I have more of I notice more of a difference if I don't do my day in the morning.
Yeah.
The way I intend to is like wake up, read the Bible, which again, like I said, I didn't do today, but normally that's the first thing is read the Bible and then pray and then start my day. And I think on the days where that is that's the setup, my days are much more productive than and like the wind down matters less, where today I know I still need to pray, I still need to read the Bible, I would like to get a workout in, but for me
I'm stacked up a lot at the end.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it all done. So for me, that prayer, that's why I like to be up so early, because getting that prayer, Bible, and like ideally a workout in before I even start my day, have my breakfast, have my coffee, like that gets me set for the day. Where the unwind, it's more like spending time with you, spending time with Noah, spending time with Jesse when he's home from school, like getting that family time in and like, getting my energy back up via that. And then also being an RFP, I mentioned on the podcast with Bia, like I have a lot of responsibilities in RFP. So most nights a week, there's some sort of commitment for RFP, whether it's a meeting or a service or both. And so sometimes the wind down doesn't necessarily happen, other than let's just chat and talk about our day, and that's the winding down from the day, and the rest I try to have happen throughout the day or in the morning before I work, because otherwise it might not happen.
Me on the other hand, I think I have because my day starts so late most days. It's like when I get home after the workout, like I said, I like to chat with you, I like to chat with Noe.
But then you stay up after we go to bed.
Yeah. So like I have like a proper wind down, because usually you and Noah in bed by like 10, and that's when my day begins. Because I'll start working. There's always so many projects, and I feel like for me, I wind down by ensuring that I've tired myself down. So in a day where the work day was heavy, my wind down is very easy, because I get to, let's say 10, 11, and I'm already tired. But on days where I get to 10, 11 and
you're not tired,
I'm not tired, then I just need to continue working.
I
need to continue working. Like you said, there's always a lot of ministry stuff that we do. I like to read. I like to, lately, been making shorts and TikToks.
Content creation.
I'm a content creator. And then, so a lot of reading, a lot of research, a lot of watching videos, and just like on random things. And when I still can't sleep, because sometimes I get like 1:30 and I'm still not sleepy. Don't try this at home, but like my go-to is to like listen to a soothing sermon.
Yeah.
So like every time I feel like the devil wants me to sleep because it's like, this guy, he's being too productive.
Yeah, for me, if I can't sleep, it's always prayer, the Bible, and then I'll eventually get sleepy enough.
Yeah.
But for me, I think that's just the difference between you and I. Like, I'm a morning person, you're not.
Yeah.
And like, for me, that my morning routine matters to me more than my wind down. Yeah. But also, I feel like as a mom, my wind down routine, like there's not the space for it. Like as soon as I finish work, I immediately go into, okay, let me get Noah, let me get him, like let me hang out with him until he goes to bed, and then I do bedtime routine and like feed him and all that. So there's not as much space for that winding down in my universe. Not that it's not the same for you, but I think, the space that I have is in the morning. Like the extra time I have is in the morning because I'm too tired by 10. Like I can't. And then because I have a job that I start work at 8:30 if it's like a really, like if on like a normal day, but normally it's like 8, like I'm logging in, I'm checking my phone. And so for me, the morning is the space because from 8 to 5, I'm committed to One Acre Fund.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
In this life, we must work.
Yeah.
It's actually a pleasure to work.
It is. No, it's a good thing. So, but it's also really important to like find a routine that keeps you full because I was just talking about this with someone today. Like your work cannot take over your life. Like you
cannot be it.
Cannot be it. Yeah, it can be a factor, and it should be a factor, and it ideally would be a contributing factor that's good and fills you up and fuels your passion. I was just telling someone how I've learned so much at One Acre Fund. Like I've been trained so well, but you have to, like, I also have a bunch of things happening beyond that, and so if I don't unplug from that, I could be thinking about work for the rest of the night and then just go to bed and wake up and think about work again. Yeah. So you do need that break and that cutoff and that like I'm gonna be done with this. Did you see Australia just passed a law that legally like you're legally allowed to unplug at 5, like because people were like getting heat from their supervisors or in their reviews and stuff saying like you're not available after hours, and now legally people can unplug at 5.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I think since COVID, when the lines became blurry, like people just work all the time. Yeah. Or it's easy to work all the time.
Yeah. Well, I guess when you said that, it made me realize that I work all the time.
Yeah, you do.
I think content creation is me relaxing. I feel like in my day, the few moments where I'm not working, like where my brain is like switched off, is probably when I'm hanging out with you and Noah. Yeah. And when I'm in the gym. Yeah. But apart from that, like I'm always switched on.
Or when you're praying.
Yeah, obviously when I'm praying.
Yeah.
Like when I'm
praying. Because you haven't mentioned that, but you pray a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's a big part of your day. Like even it's not even your wind down. It's like you go to church and pray at least an hour minimum every day.
Yeah. And like with August, with the prayer challenge, it's been like 2-3 hours every day, which has been nice. Mm-hmm. But like, I think because I'm an entrepreneur, I sometimes fall into the trap of like work. Mm-hmm. But I think in my head, I've sort of justified it with the fact that, unlike most people, you and I, we get, certain chunks of the year where we're not working and we're out of the country. Mm-hmm. Like we're proper on holiday. Mm-hmm. So because I get like, let's say a whole month where I'm not working or working
less,
a lot less.
Yeah.
So it's like when I'm available, like I like to work and like my brain doesn't switch off. But it's working out for me and glad to hear about your routine.
Yeah. I think it's also something that I've noticed has changed over time. So I would say you adjust what works for you and what doesn't. Yeah. I also think being organized with your like day-to-day helps.
Yeah. Now when I was employed, my day was kind of similar to yours, whereby because of the strict time that we need to get to the office, knock off time, then I'd sort of unwind. And before we had Noah, it was also different.
Now the time is just different.
Now it's like sometimes Noah is doing his thing.
Your friends that have kids under 5, you treat them well, man. Yeah. Treat them well.
Yeah, these kids.
Time is there's not enough time.
Yeah.
for everything. So
Yeah. And then it's also something else when Jesse's here.
yeah,
Teenagers or something.
yeah, we also have a teenager. So I think, yeah. Parenthood is a whole different ballgame, and we're figuring that out. But yeah.
But it's important to rest. In today's chat, we were just sort of trying to share with you how we rest, because it's very easy to always constantly emphasize on work.
Yeah.
But it's also important to rest. It's also important to have some downtime and be intentional about it. So if you've watched the video this far, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to tell a friend about Thoughts of the Young Icon. Thank you very much.